Hello everyone. I hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to jump on here real quick and do a video with Etsy restock. I am putting a bunch of things in my shop, very cheap prices. I do have a sale going on with the 3 items that are in my shop right now, but I'm getting ready to put all these in there. These will not be on sale because they're already going to be marked down. I have a few more journals that's going in there, and I don't have them with me, but I will do a video after this one showing those 3 because those are bare journals. So I just want to go over these real quick and give you an idea of what they look like. This is my very first envelope collection that I've ever done, and it is pretty much all vintage items. So I will go through this with you. There's going to be some more things added to this that I just hadn't had time to do it, and I really wanted to get this video done. So there's actually going to be more ephemera and stuff that I'm actually going to stick in each one of these or in a separate, like a glassine bag, like this one, because all of these 3 things here are going to come with extra ephemera. So this is a authentic envelope, and I have sewn some of this fabric. Whoops, this is a, if I can hold on to it, this is a vintage, like a clip-on earring, if you can see that. And I just thought that was cute, so I just actually put it on there like that. This fabric is a sheer fabric, and this was from my aunt's prom dress. And she had told my grandmother I could use it, so there is some of this throughout, which I will be showing you. This letter, I'm not sure what year because I covered it up, but I put a button on the back with some of this doily just to kind of keep it closed. It gives it some weight. And then inside of this, there is some different vintage pieces. This is a like a little card. It's not a postcard, it's just a card. This is a Bible trivia, which is vintage, pocket trivia. This is not, now there's a few things in here that I added from Tina's shop, who was Shabby Dabby Doo-Dah, and I just had some extra pieces, and I thought the kit went well with these colors with the blue. And there is some stamps on both sides. And there is this distillery stamp, which is really cute. So I added that. And I am going to be adding some wallpaper and some more vintage items to this. And then in here, let me show you the cover, which I forgot. I just added this piece of, it's a part of lace that I just cut some out and then just added this rosette, which of course is not vintage, and then some vintage embroidery and just some fabric. And then I put another piece on the back. And this, as you can see, is a vintage envelope. It's still got the tape on it, which I really like that. Inside there is a letter, a vintage letter from 1944. It is a love letter, and it actually went with this, but I put it in here. And here, this is another one of those pieces from Tina's kit, and I can't, this might be Bee's Knees, maybe, I'm not sure now. I think this is Bee's Knees, the Bee's Knees kit. Now this is not vintage, this is just a little card for journaling. There's a vintage playing card, and then here is another vintage card. There are some labels that you can write on, and this is a vintage coin envelope, and inside of it there is a vintage French card and just little bits and pieces. You can see all these little stamps are vintage, and this ticket is vintage. So there's just all kinds of things that you can decorate these with or journal on, and then just put them back in your envelope. And then this one here is another vintage envelope, and I put this stamp on there and some lace and some fabric, and it's just a little flip. And then inside of here is another one of Tina's from Tina's kit, and I do not know which one this one is. I don't know if this is Bee's Knees or not. I don't think it is because it's got the bird, but I'm not sure. I just used some of her extra bits and pieces that I had. There is a blue library card and a coat check, and then just some vintage money pieces. There is a label, and this is just like out of a newspaper or a magazine, and I love that. And then this trivia card. So some of that is vintage and some of it isn't. Like the blue library card and the coat check are not vintage, but I like the blue and I wanted to add more blue. This is probably one of my favorite envelopes. This is not vintage. It's just coffee dyed, and I added, this is from Tina's, the same kit. So I don't know if this is bee's knees or not. And then this pretty fabric. And then on the back, on the flap, I added this beautiful lace piece with this applique. I'll take that in a minute. And then in here we have a vintage password card, a beautiful vintage playing card. These are labels. There is a guest check that's blue. And this is just a die cut that I cut out of like a mason jar. And then this pretty vintage postcard. And like I said, there's going to be more stuff in all of these. So drop that. I'll have to pick that up in a minute. I just didn't get a chance to fill it up more. So there'll be some surprises in there. And then here is a tag that I made, and I just decoupaged some sewing pattern, added one of Tina's digitals, and then some lace. And there's coffee dyed paper on the back. And then this is vintage wallpaper that I just made a large journaling card. And then there is 2 vintage checks. So all of that goes in here. And then last I have this beautiful envelope, and it has the other piece of my aunt's dress. And then there's just a vintage doily, the piece that I've used, and a rosette. And then this picture here, she is so beautiful. This is from Artie Mays. She has a whole collection of women. I think there's 2 actually, and I have those. I need to print some more off, but I just love her. She's so pretty. And this has a Velcro closure. And inside there is a pocket size journal, which I wanted to measure. Let me measure this real quick. I think I know what it is, but it's about 3 3/4. It's not quite 4 inches wide, maybe 3.5, and by 5.5. So it's like the pocket size, and it fits a pocket size traveler's notebook. And I'll just flip through real quick here. This is fabric covered that's been sewn onto some cardstock. There is wallpaper pockets, and there's just all kinds of tags and journaling cards. There are fabric tabs, as you can see. I added a sample of some washi, just more. There's 3 tags there, and a little belly band with a tag there. Kind of skipping all this stuff. And then there's 3 more. We have lace on the edges of the pages and lace at the top for tabs. And there's a lot of places to write and journal and add things. And here's a little tuck spot with a tag. And in the back, there's another tag and journaling card. So that is the envelope collection. It will be listed in my Etsy by the time you see this video, because I will be uploading this video tonight, so it should be in there. If you are interested, go check it out. I will fix all this in a minute. And then here is one of the journals that I completed a couple weeks ago. I loved adding this burgundy ribbon. I thought it was pretty, and it just kind of gave it like a pop of color. It is fabric covered. On the back it's got handmade from Lisa. This is another one of my mind just told me, Artie Mays, one of those ladies from her digital kit. And this is packed with stuff, so I will try to go through it quickly. I made a bunch of just journaling cards out of different cardstocks. I've added scrap paper for decoupage. This is like, that's not going in there, the wrong one. Sorry guys, I'll change that in a minute. This is a journaling card. I don't even know what that said on it. This is a pad of paper that I made a bunch of these up, and the doilies are coffee dyed. And then you got like 6 pieces of notebook paper to make some notes. And then this is coffee dyed paper, another journaling card, and a catalog card, library card. The pockets are sewn. There are some fabric ruffles throughout that match the fabric in the front. I don't know how many pages there are. Plenty of pages to decorate, to journal on, add pictures, etc. There is a pocket with a vintage book page. Here's another vintage book page that I've just added in there. A guest check that's coffee dyed. And this envelope that I crumpled up and coffee dyed and then sewn. And then some extra tags that you can cut out and use throughout the journal. I love this picture of this owl. It's so pretty. And all my book pages are vintage. There's another ruffle and some more cardstock. This is a vintage book page. Actually, I don't think that one's vintage. I don't remember now. That might not be vintage. I had some that weren't. And this is vintage paper, an authentic check register. You see the tape on it, which I think is really cool. And then another trivia card. Getting lost. I'm trying to hurry, and I should just slow down and do different videos, I think. Let's see. This is a tuck spot, and in the tuck spot I have added one of the coat checks. And this is cardstock. I love the 12 print on that. And then this is just one of those trifolds, and I just cut one piece out for a journaling card. This is the center. I left the strings long, so you can cut them off or add bead dangles. And then in this side tuck, we have coffee dyed guest check. This vintage check from 1947, and then this journaling card there. This is a land deed, and this is from the 30s, I believe. Plenty of room for adding all the different ephemera and the bits and the pieces that I've added, plus what you will have, and you can take anything that I've added and you don't want out and just replace it. And over here I have another journaling card. This is a vintage inspiration from an inspiration book, which I love adding these. And then this is a journaling card that I made, and I used some of Tina's pieces from her, let's see, Blue Book Favorites. She has 2 collections in her shop, and they're called Blue Book Favorites. And I made a bunch of journaling cards with those, which I wanted to do a video, and I forgot. So I might have to do that. Again, the pockets are sewn. And then there's another one of those cards I made. Vintage check and a journaling card there. And then in the back, I've got Edith Holden, which I think the front was Edith Holden, yes. And a vintage letter, and just a coffee dyed piece of paper for decoupaging or whatever. And with this journal, and of course this is, I think this is a standard size. Let me measure this real quick. This one's 5. I'm sorry, it's an 8 by 4 3/4 is the size of this one. This one has a glassine bag that is full of ephemera to go with the journal. And so this is full of vintage wallpapers, all kinds of vintage wallpaper in there. I don't want to pull it all out. There are 2 recipe cards. There's 2 pieces of, maybe there's 3. Yeah, stationery. It's got a cute little bear on it. Some of the extra papers that I used, and it's cardstock, so you can make journaling cards or pockets, 2 guest checks. There is a vintage game card. There is 2 bingo cards. And then this is a pocket that's a floating pocket. You can adhere it down, and it's just full of different goodies. There's pockets everywhere. And then some stuff in the front. So yeah, so you'll get plenty of ephemera with this one, because I have a lot in the journal. And you also get this. So this will be listed in my Etsy if you're interested. And then I have one more to go through, and that is this one. And this one here, I wanted to show you, I think this is Louise Hensel, I think is how you pronounce her name. But this is her Blueberry Morning digital, which I actually won on a Instagram. And so I had never heard of her, and I love her digitals. They are absolutely awesome. You need to check her out. This is a fabric cover. This is a bigger journal. This one is probably 5.5. Yeah, 5.5. It's probably 8. Yeah, 8.5. So, and it is fabric. There's a pocket. It's tied with just this piece of vintage fabric. And then there's a pocket up here with this fabric. It goes all the way around. And this fabric come from Miss Denise at A Tattered Dream. Hi, Denise. And then I have this vintage postcard, which I love. And this is part of her kit. And I love her kit. And I added a guest check in there. So I'll put that to the side. Now this will have a bunch of ephemera also in this glassine bag. I just haven't had a chance to fill it up, but I wanted to put it in the glassine bag, and then you guys, whoever buys it, can add it where they want to. So there'll be pockets and things. This is a vintage wallpaper that I just made a large journaling card. And then, of course, all of this is from the Blueberry Morning collection, which is just so pretty. I absolutely love her digitals. They were just very unique, and I don't know, I really fell in love with them. That's like a little belly band. And then I just added this in there, which is from 1938. And, you know, all this can be moved and changed. And like I said, there will be a lot of ephemera in a separate glassine bag that will go with this journal, so you have pockets and such. That's one of her journaling cards, and I just used it as a tuck. And this is another page from that inspirational book. But I love these. They're so pretty, and I love these little pockets. There I just used as a top tuck. And then I just put some of her pieces in each one of these pockets. You get 4 of these pockets. And they're just so pretty. I just absolutely love this kit. This is a vintage quilt book. Look at that flower. So pretty. And then with this one, I used one of the pieces of the journaling card and then a banner. And I just used that as a tuck spot. And then made this another tuck spot there for that journaling card. So super pretty. If you like purples and lavenders, a lot of the paper is either coffee dyed or avocado dyed. This is the center. I left the strings long. Here is an envelope that I made. And this has all the little extra bits and pieces from the collection. So you can use it through the journal. And I just collaged on that envelope, and it is coffee dyed. Don't have anything here. I need to put something in that little tuck spot. I just think this is so pretty. I love the colors. And this one is perfect for like a diary or a writing journal. Of course, you could use it for any journal, because you can add all your ephemera and your memorabilia, pictures, you know, whatever you want in here. This would make a nice gift too. Here's another journaling card that I made. Whoops. And there's a belly band, and I just added some stationery. There's 3 or 4 pieces of that in there. Very pretty. Some vintage music paper. Another pocket. I hope the camera's picking up these pretty colors. Another top tuck, another little corner round tuck there. And then in the back, I love this type of a pocket. I've added a vintage wallpaper tag that I made. Coffee dyed paper for journaling, and then a coffee dyed library card. So that's that, and the pocket is on the back too. I don't know if I said that. So this will be in my shop also. If you are interested, go check it out. And like I said, there'll be another whole bag of ephemera that goes with that. So go check her out. There is her YouTube, Facebook, and that is also her Etsy, if I'm not mistaken. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to come back with another video and show you some more journals that I'll be putting in the shop. Hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.